guys! Today we are doing a super exciting video. I'm telling you all my tips for finding your dream dress. So tips to do your research, know more about your dress and the colorways and the fit and everything, and then where to buy it. Let's go! My name is Joelle and you're watching Fluffy Kawaii Jo, the channel where I try to show you that everybody can be kawaii. I do videos on Mondays and Thursdays, so if you're new here, please consider subscribing. So now let's get on for this tip video, and at the very end I will show you my coordinate with my dream dress. So first point is do your research. So basically you can find a dress that will become your dream dress in several ways. Maybe you're just going through pictures on Instagram, Facebook, whatever, of people wearing Lolita, or at a meet, or your friend wears it, or it's a brand release. When it's a brand release, you just know the brand, know the price, know the name of the dress, everything. But if you just see it in a magazine or anywhere, you have to find the name of the dress and the name of the brand. That will help you do research. So then look at all the different colorways that there is available, and maybe have they done several re-releases over time, so they might have added new colorways. Also look at all the cuts. Cuts are really important because usually the JSKs are the most fitting for everybody. Most of the time the brand ones have shirring in the back, but very often the OPs, like the dresses with the sleeves and the skirts, do not have shirring, or are really tight on the waist especially. Sometimes I might fit in the bust but never on the waist. So know all the different cuts. Sometimes they also have different shapes of JSKs, or if it's a re-release they had two different ones. So look at all of them and the colorways, and just be sure which one you really want or which one you would be open to buy, and check the library. This is my best tip. The library is your best friend. It's like basically right now I think it's just been redone and it's open source, and so it's one Lolita. I think maybe she got help from somebody else who builds the whole platforms, and all the volunteer Lolitas from around the world are putting all the dresses in. So basically a new dress is released from a brand, it got put by somebody inside of the library, and you will see all the official pictures and the price and the measurements and the colorways and the sizes, the serial number or number of the sprint. Maybe then you can see all the accessories, blouses or bows or whatever that is in this series. So it's a huge tool and huge help for all Lolitas. So I highly recommend that you use this. And you can now support it through Patreon because it's a really nice tool. So I suggest that if you use it, you consider donating a little bit through Patreon for supporting this awesome tool for Lolitas. So basically you can use a library to check the colorways and the cuts, and if you fit in all the cuts. Basically one of my ultimate dream dress that I would love, I cannot fit in the particular cut. So, and also it is on the market for over 600 right now. So it's like the magical maybe dream dress that I have here in my potential dreams. But you can actually have several dream dresses, and I have, I won't say nightmare dresses, but I had a dress I thought was my dream dress, and then I was so underwhelmed when I saw it that I sold it back. So it's fine, you can have multiple dream dresses. This one is right now my ultimate dream dress. Okay, you cannot see it. It's Mercator Antique Shop, and I think eventually I'll buy more cuts and more colorways because I love it so much. In almost all the colorways, it's so pretty, and so many of my friends also have this dress as their dream dress, so that's cool. So basically you have to know which colorways and cuts you are willing to want. Maybe you can even do like a folder in your computer or your phone and take all the official shots of the potential ones. And so yeah, if you want more than one cut and one colorway, then you have way more chances to find your dream dress, because if you're just set on one specific one, then it's kind of impossible to find sometimes. Sometimes you can get super lucky, but just so you know. You should also go to YouTube and look up for unboxings and reviews of the dress that you want. And sometimes the stock pictures are so small that you don't really see the details. So then you can hear people wearing it, how they like it, if there's some flaws, something not comfortable, some details that you did not see. And you can also check the tag of this dress on Instagram to get ideas of how to coordinate it. And so all of these will give you more ideas and infos about what you really want and which one you should pick. And now my tips for where to get them. So if it's a brand release and you're knowing about it when it releases, unless you're very unlucky in the bloodbath, then you can just buy it and that's it. And maybe you can pre-reserve it, or you can just stand in line in the store to buy it. But what I'm talking about right now is mostly you want a dress that is maybe 2, 3, 5, 10 years old, and you need to find it because you want it. So if you live in Japan or in any other countries where there are physical second-hand stores, of course you can go there. When I'm in Japan for last time I was for 3 weeks in Tokyo. They have 3 closet childs in Tokyo and 1 in Yokohama. I think I went at least a total of 10 times to closet childs. Even sometimes I didn't buy anything. I'm good. Yeah, but they have such a big turnover, then you can go almost twice a week and find totally new stuff. So if you are that lucky, you can go very often in the physical stores. If you are not that lucky and you will probably buy your dream dress online, here's my tips. My first best tip is Google Alert. I don't know if you knew that. If you have a Google account, you can just type Google Alert and you can use this tool where you can write the name of I suggest the name of the dress with quotes and the name of the brand also with quotes. So then you're safe, because if you type Alice and the Pirates and the Peter Pan dress, okay, you will probably find something like that, but also there's a ton of Alice in Wonderland and Peter Pan, other stuff that you don't want. So if you write Alice and the Pirates and Peter Pan, this is not a real name of the dress, but with quotes, then you're sure that you're only talking about that. So what I suggest is that before you do the Google Alert, you also already check on Google the search. If you find people selling it online, I will tell you all the places. But what is good with Google Alert is that you do not have to do this search every day to see if something new comes. Every time there's a new website indexed by Google that has these words, they send you an alert, like an email. And you can choose if you want 1 per day, 1 per week, when it happens, something like that. So I basically have all the dresses that I own, maybe, or that I want to buy in my Google Alerts, plus tons of other things like my full name or my YouTube name or my brands. So then I see if somebody is talking about my company or me online and if I need to take actions with this or not. So that's super useful for many things, not just buying Lolita, but Google Alerts are highly recommended. And with Google Alerts, usually it indexes all the Yahoo auctions, all the closet childs, all the different Japanese auctions, and also lace markets. So on very rare occasions, by the time I receive the email or by the time I check it, if it's a really sought after dress, then it was already sold out when I clicked the link. but then you would not have had the time and think about doing that search yourself in the meantime, maybe, but you know. So I think it's super useful, and then you do not have to check all those websites separately, especially all the Yahoo auctions and all the stuff like that that are only in Japanese. You don't care, you just click on the link in your website that's saying that whatever dress pops up, and you see it, and then you can decide if you want to buy it. Is it the right size, the right cut, the right colorway, blah blah blah. Another very good tool that mostly you will use, I would say it's the second best, is Lace Market. Right now I think most of the sales for Lolita dresses are on Lace Market, so you can also do saved searches. So I would recommend that all the dresses you are looking for, or maybe you can do like accessories in mint or shoes in that size or whatever kind of search you would do, you can save it. And also you can receive alerts on your inbox whenever they have new things. So I use that. I receive maybe like 5 or 10 different emails a day for keywords of dresses that I'm looking for. And something that is really cool for Lace Market is that, you know, you can list your dress for a certain number of days, maybe 7 to 30 days or something. And then when the listing doesn't sell, you can just relist it. And when you receive like the digest email with the new things that pops up for those keywords, then it writes in parentheses at the end of the line how many times it was released. When I put a new keyword in my email alert, I have already checked what's on Lace Market right now. So you have a little knowledge of, is it a new dress or not? But so what I do is that I quickly scan all the end of the lines and see, oh, this is the first time listed. I'm gonna open this one and look at it. And the one that is like 35 times that it's been listed, probably I would have see it already. Sometimes you might have had the listing stopped being online and then for a few months, and then the girl decides to relist it, but I think it's highly unusual. So most of the time people just relist it right after, and so if it's more than first time, usually you have seen it already and it doesn't interest you. So yeah, it's a lot of email to process, but in just like 2 seconds I can see if I'm interested or not, because I can see if it is a new listing or not, or if it's something that I really need to check, or maybe I was not interested in buying this dress or this colorway in the past, and I check more. But really, you receive maybe 10 emails and you go to yeah, okay, oh, this is a new dress, you click on it, no, it doesn't interest me, and so yeah. So, but you can also do just one a week or something, and so you don't need to get spammed. But I really love that, and so right now I still do have that, and I keep the spam to a minimum that way. The next tip is highly spamming. So maybe it's a little bit too overwhelming, but I will still mention it. So on Facebook there are lots of sales groups. So either your own community has sales group, or you can check your own community group anyways, because some people might sell stuff in there, or they have super dedicated sales groups. I will do another video with all the internet and Facebook resources for Lolita, so I will go in more deeply in the links, but you can find brand specific sales group, or like plus size specific sales group, or language specific sales group, or stuff like that. So there's tons, at least 20 groups to buy or sell dresses in Facebook. So at some point what I did not find a way to find a keywords notification, so basically I put notification for all the posts in all those groups. I had some more times, I guess, at that time. Maybe it was before I had my YouTube channel, I don't know. So at that point, every time somebody posted a picture or several pictures in a sales group on Facebook, I got a notification on my Facebook. There was a lot of notifications, and then I did buy a lot of dresses from there. Right now, at the moment, I do not have one dress that I so much want to buy and look everywhere that I need to do that anymore, and I'm just like the less notification I have, the better I feel. But maybe that's not you. Maybe you have time to have all those notifications and check all that. Or you can have only best notifications, but I don't know what they pick, which like pick as the most important post in those groups. I don't know. Also, most of these people right now have like an album with the sales, but link to their list market either for the feedback or for the sales actually. So if you already have your saved search in list market, maybe that's duplicate. I don't know. I know a lot of people who do not list them on list market and only on Facebook groups. Maybe if it's just like small accessories, not really expensive, they might not want to do the big listing on list market. Anyways, for dresses, it can be useful, but it can be super overwhelming. Also, on those groups, you can post want to buy. So you can have like a wish list or something, like you can have an album on your own Facebook albums and put the pictures of the dresses that you want in it, and sometimes you can just post that in the sales group and say, hey, I'm looking to buy those dresses, and sometimes you have luck and somebody is actually looking to sell one of those dresses. So why not do that too? And you can also do saved searches on eBay. I know that some people do sell brand dresses on eBay. I would say that if the price is reasonable along what you would expect, then it's fine to buy it from eBay. You have the feedbacks and everything to check if the person is trustworthy. Now, if the dress is like 50 and it's a brand Angelic Pretty with no flaws, it's probably a replica. So be careful with that, and I will give more tips for general safety in buying from those places. But yeah, eBay is not the most recommended place. I don't understand why people would list their stuff on eBay and not on Lace Market, because everybody is on Lace Market and more people are on eBay, but not the same people as in Lolita. So I don't know, maybe they post at two places and I don't know. But you can check, of course, also eBay. I have an Angelic Pretty search that sends me email every day, and I just check the pictures and it's interested or not. So yeah, eBay sends you pictures of the new items for your keyword, and Lace Market only writes the title and the number of time it's been posted, but not really the pictures. So yeah, I think at some point I did have an EGL sales search, but people don't really use EGL anymore, and it was always the same post relisted that was like 10 years old or 5 years old or something, and so I don't think people use EGL sales anymore. So I think with the things that I listed already, you're good to go. And you can also go to all the second-hand places like Wunderwelt, Closet Child, and stuff like that. But I don't know if you can save searches. And yeah, my tips are to just automate the search. You don't want to spend hours every day trying to look for your dream dress. You want every possible ways of having your dream dress just end up magically in your inbox and finding out about it. So that's way easier than spending time. So that was my tips to automate the search of it and just have some luck that maybe you can find your dream dress. So now for some tips. You can check the retail price on Law Library usually for your dress, so you know if it's like under retail price or over retail price, the prices that you see usually for that dress, and then you know if it's in high demand or not. So if it's less in high demand, you might find a good price. What I also suggest doing for the price, you can check the sold items from Lace Market. So when you do, you have just one search line, or you can do like expert search or more detailed search, and then you have all the brands, colorways, sizes, stuff like that. And you can search listings that are active or listings that are closed. And I highly suggest that you looked at all the closed search. For example, you can see that 3 dresses from the cut and colorway that you wanted have sold for like over 500, or like 10 dresses of your preferred cut or colorways have been not sold for like 3 years or anything, and so that maybe gets cheaper or something. So you can see how many times that actual dress showed up in sales and for what price, and you can see also which colorways are easier to find or not, or which cuts. So maybe that will help you target more what you're looking for your budget or your needs or sizes. And I highly suggest that you always check the feedback for the people selling the dresses, because it's like person to person. So if it's like a big brand, like if it's a Closet Child or something like that, you usually have no issue because they're trustworthy. But if you go buy from someone directly, then be careful. On Lace Market, on eBay, you always have the feedbacks of the person, so you can check that. And if there's too many bad feedbacks, then it's a choice. It's your dream dress, it finally appears, but it's probably a scam, or the dress will be dirty, or yeah, it's your call to decide to buy from it or not. And on Facebook groups, usually what people do is that at the end of their sales album, they put a picture that says feedback, and you can write a feedback for the other person there. So you have a place for all the feedbacks, but not everybody does that. So feel free to ask them for feedbacks if they do not have a link. Usually the big groups ask you to provide a link to your feedbacks, like on Lace Market, on eBay, wherever. They just want in your post a proof that you're trustworthy, and so that helps a lot to directly be able to find those feedbacks and see if that person is reliable or not. I will also do another video for everything that you need to know before buying any Lolita, your dream dress or not, like your sizes, your budget, stuff like that. It will be another video when it's ready. I will link it up and you can check it out. But if you have another suggestion to how to find your dream dress, tips for getting your dream dress, write it down in the comments, and also let me know which one is your dream dress and did you get it or not. I'm super eager to learn about that. So now let's go to my dream dress. So this is Mercator Antique Shop from Angelic Pretty in the navy colorway. And today I tried something I have never done before. It's navy and red. I recently bought this burgundy maroon blouse from Lady Sloth, and yeah, I've been pairing this color with everything right now. I'm so in love with it. So pretty. So yeah, today I'm trying maroon and navy, yay! So, Angelic Pretty, Mercator Antique Shop. This is a blouse from Lady Sloth, and this is a brooch from Angelic Pretty. This is a necklace for my friend Linda Lavalier. This is a hair clip actually from H&M. This is my new wig from Bodyline. I don't know if I love it or not. It's not too bad. It looks like Snow White, right? This head bow, I bought it from Taobao, from my Lolita dress, I guess. And this is a fluffy toy ring, and those wrist cuffs are from Pico Colorum. So I hope that this video was useful and that you will find your dream dress eventually. If you like this video, please consider giving a thumb up and subscribing to the channel. Have a fluffy day, and remember, everybody can be kind. Bye!